I am a beginning homeschool mom. This is year 2, and I must admit that when we initially started, I had a huge panic attack, freaked out, cried in the homeschool store because I was overwhelmed and had no idea what I was doing. The thing about me is that I like to be organized. It may not look like it on the outside because I am actually ADHD. So the inside of my head is kind of chaos and my life may not look organized to other people. But to me, there are certain things that I need to have in place in order to function correctly. I jumped on the organization and the layout of my homeschool fairly quickly. I'm going to tell you how I organize our homeschool day. Again, not a professional. This is only year 2 for us, but when it comes to this kind of organization, I am like spot on. My job for years, like 10 years, was bookkeeping. You really have to be organized to do that. So I kind of went with my list system for that job and kind of moved it to this job. Through some trial and error, I have learned that planning out your homeschool day to the T is a little bit unrealistic. I learned not to do that quickly. I know the subjects that we're going to do every day, and I know the core that we're going to need to get done. I made this chart. So I've organized this list and it is divided by this yellow line here because under this is traditional type classes and above this is our more religion and PE and art. And then it shows the tally at the bottom of how many subjects he's doing that day. And I've put it in his notebook so that every day he can flip it open and see, okay, this is what we're doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I plan for the week in this notebook. I'll put the date here and then I'll write Friday, June 15th or whatever across the top in that section. And then I will write the subjects, what page or whatever I'm planning on doing that day, and this will be the guide and layout of what we're going to get done. Before I show you the sample page, I'll also just mention that when I have this, I'll lay it in front of him also, and then he can mark through it as we get each one done. This is marked through, but this shows you what I do for my layout for the day, and then as we get it done, he marks it off. So I have my layout in my chart, then I have my game plan or my guide for the day of what I want to get done, may or may not get done, we may do something else. For instance, if science is really interesting that day, then we're going to work a lot more on that. Or history is interesting, just anything. You know, if we feel like that's what we want to do, then that's what we're going to do. But this is just our guide. Then there's another step. This is a really cute little planner notebook. Home Sweet Classroom lesson planner. It's got your days laid out like so. You can write down your stuff for each day of the week. The reason I have this notebook is so that, okay, I have my calendar, I have my planning book, I have my guide for what I want to get done. We'll go through and mark off what we did or didn't do. I won't mark it out if we didn't do it. So then I will come in on this calendar and I will write down what we actually did for that day. So this is the guide and this is what was actually done. Then I have one solid book that's full of what was accomplished that day. I also count this as my attendance. If it's in here and it's marked for the day and has the date on it, then I know for sure that we did school that day.